Thank you for joining us for CBN Newswatch. I'm Ephraim Graham. Las Vegas investigators say they are confident they will learn what set off Stephen Paddock. He's the gunman in the city's Sunday night massacre that killed more than 50 and injured more than 500. Investigators are counting on help from Paddock's girlfriend, now back in the country. And they've released body cam video from police that helps them to understand the frantic moments before they found Paddock.
The body cam video from police shows chaos and confusion as the attack unfolded.
Hey, they're shooting right at us, guys. Everybody stay down. Stay down. Where's it at?
The video also shows police doing whatever they could to help concert goers escape and save lives.
Hey, you guys, get down! Go that way!
Investigators say Stephen Paddock was meticulous in planning the attack. He set up cameras inside his hotel room and on a service cart outside his door, apparently so he could see if anyone was coming to capture him. A hotel security guard who approached his room during the rampage was shot in the leg.
He fired off and on for somewhere between 9 and 11 minutes.
Authorities have found almost 24 guns with him at the hotel, along with bump stock devices that can allow a rifle to fire continuously like an automatic weapon. But what they'd really like to know is what motivated Paddock to plan and execute the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. Profilers think there may have been a major trigger in his life, a great loss or breakup or news of a terminal disease. And they could learn more soon. Paddock's girlfriend, Mary Lou Danley, returned from the Philippines to Los Angeles late Tuesday. Authorities say Paddock transferred $100,000 to the Philippines in the days before the shooting. In Las Vegas, more than 500 people are recovering from injuries in the attack. 45 were in critical condition, and survivors are still trying to process what happened.
Still hasn't fully hit me. I think it's kind of starting to, but not fully.
It seems surreal. It seems just a bad nightmare to wake up from, but I just keep seeing it in my mind still, and it's just haunts me.
Across Las Vegas, memorials are popping up as family and friends attempt to honor those who died and those wounded in this historic tragedy. Heather Sells, CBN News.
As you saw there, the community of Las Vegas is coming together in prayer and remembering the lives lost in that deadly shooting. Ben Kennedy has more now from Las Vegas.
It is another somber day here in Las Vegas as the city and people nationwide are still mourning the dozens of people killed, gunned down right here behind me outside the Mandalay Bay Resort. In the midst of chaos, faith and prayer have taken center stage during the aftermath of the worst mass shooting in American history.
These people are blood from head to toe, and they're praying with us.
So you turned to prayer right after?
Yes.
Instantly. Kelly Maroney can't hold back tears when talking about the terrifying moment when the 64-year-old gunman fired a barrage of bullets into a crowd of 22,000 attending a country music festival.
But as we were running, he had a clear view of fire, and he was just laying down fire on us.
In an act of heroism, an off-duty Texas deputy police chief stayed on scene and helped rush 3 victims to the hospital.
They were all crying, and they were saying that, you know, we're going to die. We're going to die. And I still remember telling them, not tonight. Not tonight. Tonight's not your night. You're going to be okay.
Turns out they survived, thanks to Deputy Chief Ewer, who used his police training skills to stop the bleeding.
So I was ready. Saw his belt, took it off, got a tourniquet on this guy, and he was really bad. He had lost probably 25% of his blood volume.
Hundreds lined up outside United Blood Services and in just one day donated 600 pints.
It's really been incredible. I'm not surprised by the outpouring of donors.
And I think when all the investigations are over, that maybe we can all learn something that we could take forward in a positive way.
Do you offer prayers to the victims?
My prayers, my condolences.
President Trump comes to the desert in a few hours to offer his prayers and support, but also to show the people of this city and nationwide that in times of horror and tragedy, America comes together as one. Ben Kennedy, CBN News, Las Vegas.
This has been called the deadliest shooting in U.S. history. Stephanie Riggs is also in Las Vegas. She sat down with one of the survivors, Lynn Martinez, and explains how life will never be the same for her.
gunshots and gunshots and gunshots, and a guy fell behind me. And he was covered in blood. My boots are covered in blood.
Lynette Martinez thought she was hearing fireworks, but when country star Jason Aldean ran off the stage, she ran for her life.
I'm just so grateful that I get to see another day. These are people that couldn't. And I see the videos online of the gunshots and what happened, and I can't even hear it because it just. I was just numb to it, and I just can't. I shouldn't be getting used to gunshots.
This 16-year-old grew up overnight.
My heart goes out to everyone. I understand. I was there, and I'm just praying for every single person for healing and peace.
When Lynette sees all of these people packed into blood centers throughout Las Vegas, trying desperately to keep up with the life and death demand, she sees hope, healing, and good overcoming evil.
And it's amazing to see the blood donation banks with hundreds of people lining up, because they're not thinking about politics. They're not thinking about religion while they're doing it. They're thinking about other people. And they're thinking about people that are helpless.
Martinez still cannot believe she made it out alive.
I was waiting to get shot. I wasn't waiting to come out alive.
And now that you have come out alive, how do you see the world?
So much different. It's so different. I find I have so much compassion towards other people. I just thank God every single day.
Church is the only place she wanted to go, and is so grateful she has this community.
My heart is warmed by the many people that are coming together right now, even at this church. And it's just amazing.
And how do you feel about the gunman?
I don't think it's his fault. I don't think it's his fault. He's not right. It wasn't God. It wasn't him. It was another thing. It was an evil thing. I forgive him.
She plans to take it one day at a time and cling to her faith.
So I'm gonna read the word, and I'm gonna worship, and I'm gonna pray, because that's the only thing that can get me through it.
You never really know how you'll respond when your world comes crashing down.
I'm gonna love people more. I'm gonna think of people as if they were my friend, they were my best friend, as if they were my brother, my sister, because they are. We're all together here for a reason.
May we all choose to worship in the midst of the storm. That was our Stephanie Riggs reporting. Stay with us. There's much more right here on CBN Newswatch straight ahead. The governor of Puerto Rico announced the death toll from Hurricane Maria has risen from 16 to 34. The news comes one day after President Trump visited the island and congratulated its leaders on the low number of fatalities.
Every death is a horror, but if you look at a real catastrophe like Katrina, what is your death count? 16 people versus in the thousands. You can be very proud.
The president spent about 4 hours on the island delivering relief supplies and meeting with government officials. Puerto Rico's governor says Hurricane Maria did about $90 billion in damage. So far, only about 7% of the territory has power back. But worse, the people lack food and water. The White House plans to seek $29 billion more in disaster relief from Congress today. House Republicans have pushed forward a bill that would ban abortions after 20 weeks of pregnancy. The pain-capable Unborn Child Protection Act is a victory for pro-life advocates. It recognizes that a fetus can feel pain by the time it's 20 weeks. Under the act, abortion providers will be penalized and could be sentenced to prison if they perform an abortion. President Trump has thrown his support behind the bill. It will now move forward to the Senate for approval before getting his desk for a signature. March for Life leaders announced the theme for the 45th annual march coming January 19th to the nation's capital. Speaking on Capitol Hill, the march's president, Jan Mancini, said the theme is Love Saves Lives.
with an emphasis especially on the pregnancy care movement and how really love is the DNA of that movement and how they've been supporting women in need and women who are facing an unexpected pregnancy for years and years, giving them the resources and supports that they need.
Love Saves Lives is an incredible theme for the March for Life. For anyone that's ever been, you are full of this amazing group of diverse age groups, backgrounds, of people that are just loving on women, loving on unplanned pregnancies, and you hear these amazing stories about how love has actually saved lives, even in that march and in the pro-life movement.
The March for Life is considered the largest annual human rights demonstration because it is opposing abortion, which the organizers labeled the single most horrific human rights abuse today. Abortions have taken 59 million lives since the Supreme Court legalized it nationwide back in 1973. Ahead here on CBN Newswatch, it's a ministry reaching out to troubled teenagers and their families. See how hearing the gospel is changing their lives. We've got the story coming up next. Today's young people face a host of problems, from depression to drugs to even questions about their sexual identity. So it's more important now than ever that we find the right way to help. Shelley Nairn shows us one ministry in Texas where troubled teens are receiving help for more. They've been receiving help for more than 30 years.
Sitting on 150 acres, Heartlight Ministries reaches out to teenagers struggling with the pressures of life.
When I think about Heartlight, I think of Amazing Grace.
Heartlight to me is a second chance at life. I like Heartlight a lot because I get to restart with my life.
The ministry began in 1988 as a dream of Mark and Jan Gregston.
Somebody came to me and said, "Do you want to lead a young life group?" And this was when I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, going to Tulsa University, and I was 19 years old, and I said, "Well, sure." And so started leading a young life group. A young man comes up to me, says he's struggling.
That's all Mark needed, as his passion has always been helping those who struggle.
God has just placed these kids in our life, and we've said, okay, let's start taking care of kids. And so that's what we've done.
Heartlight provides intensive counseling, mentoring, and group therapy to kids from all across the country. Those who need help overcoming sexual abuse, addiction, sexual identity issues, and more.
Back home, I was kind of in a spot where I didn't think I really wanted to be alive anymore.
A week before I came here, I tried to commit suicide. But I've just had lots of problems, like my parents passing away and like drug and alcohol abuse and sex and stuff like that.
The Christian camp is recognized as one of the country's finest residential counseling centers. But as Gregston is quick to point out, religion is not forced here.
They feel like God's abandoned them because they've grown up in Christian homes, and when something's gone terribly wrong, they go, well, God didn't take care of me. And so we've found that the only way to kind of move into them and to get them involved and give them a taste of the character of God is to do that through the relationships. And so we all know this, actions speak louder than words.
Heartlight has been home to nearly 3,000 teens. The ministry also hosts a retreat for parents, creating lasting change for the entire family. Boasting a success rate of 90%, Gregston is now expanding that positive change with a national radio program for parents.
The biggest challenge that we have is the parents. I mean, I look at parents all the time and I go, really the problem isn't your kids, it's you. And it's teaching them about the culture. It's showing them that it's changed completely, the way that people engage. It's showing them that some antiquated ways of parenting are no longer effective. When you're judgmental, it doesn't work. Kids shut you down.
Heartlight focuses on giving kids and their parents tools to rebuild their families.
It's helped me a lot just to get through my grief and feel my emotions and learn how to be myself, because I didn't really know how to do that before. And it's good because you have so many people supporting you here and helping you through your changes. And it's isolated, it's a little bubble so that you can work on the problems that you need to work on. So I'm doing good.
That's the goal Gregston set out to accomplish all those years ago.
I want them to be so loved while they're here that when they leave and go someplace else, they know, they compare it to the quality of love that they've experienced here, and they go, you know what? Life may be tough, but I remember I was loved when I was at Heartlight.
A sentiment echoed from one saved life after another.
It's easier here to look at myself and be like, I like myself now.
Charlene Aaron, CBN News, Hallsville, Texas.
Being the hands and feet of our Lord and Savior. Stay with us. There's much more of CBN Newswatch coming up right after this. Baseball has wrapped up its regular season, and the Los Angeles Dodgers won more games than any other team in either major league. An amazing 104 victories. And some members of the team have another goal: to tell their fans how Jesus has affected their lives. Sports reporter Tom Buring brings us this story.
Amid the Los Angeles Dodgers' heightened playoff surge, Dodger Stadium transforms into a makeshift sanctuary, banding together players and fans for Christian Faith Day.
You know, every year it's a special day because it kind of collides with baseball and Christianity.
Christian Faith Day. Is that significant for any reason?
Well, yeah, I mean, we definitely make a point once a year to have a day like this so we can all come out and share to those that want to stick around and listen to our message.
Three-time Cy Young Award winner Clayton Kershaw and five-time All-Star Adrian Gonzalez serve as co-hosts of the post-game gathering.
It's part of, I think what Jesus will want us to do. For us, it's incredible to just be able to share the gospel and talk about, what God has done in our lives.
If someone hasn't heard of Jesus, or if someone hasn't talked to anybody about it, that we might open the door to about what Jesus is about in our lives, that might affect some people and have God work in their lives.
I know that God gave them this platform for a reason, and they're using it for good. My children will know that they can accomplish all things through Christ.
Put it all out there for Him, have that relationship, and stay in prayer, stay in the Bible, and when you have that focus on Jesus, everything else takes care of itself.
Players encourage fans through their message, and Crowder, a Baseball Faith Day regular, inspires them with his music.
Sing songs that I believe are truth, and I think when you encounter truth, something turns in your chest, and we're getting an opportunity to be able to show love. An organization like the Dodgers and players that are, giving themselves to make a day like this happen, it's a good thing to be a part of.
To not just connect as a fan, but as a part of the body of Christ. How cool is that for you up there to connect with Him at that level?
It was exciting for me, one, to see how many people were here. And you got two levels of fans and supporters and followers of Christ that are out here to be a part of such a great thing that's going on. And then look towards Jesus Christ has always been a great thing. And this is something to remind people of that.
They will come publicly before thousands of people in what they say and how they live their lives, how they play the game, and they're not afraid to profess Christ. They're brave and they're strong enough to do it.
We look up to these guys as players and the testimony that they follow God too.
Articulating the gospel publicly, what does that do for you?
You read the Bible and Jesus talks about being able to be bold and speak up and just talk about why He came to earth and died on the cross for us. It's for our salvation and the hope and one person to be touched and blessed and draw a little closer to Christ, and it makes it all worth it.
Indeed it does. It's time now for your Wednesday word, and today's word is love. Make that your mission today, knowing love is a choice and an action. So choose to love and don't stop at words. Act, do, and give. With that word, be sure to make this a wonderful Wednesday. And if the week hasn't been a good one so far, hit the reset button today and make the rest of the week a wonderful one. That is going to do it for this edition of CBN Newswatch. Remember, you can find more of our exclusive coverage of the issues you care most about always at cbnnews.com. And we'd love to hear what you think about the stories you've seen here today. You can do that by emailing newswatch@cbn.com, or you can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. See you next time.